This is Doubles Volleyball, a 2v2 PvP volleyball game that's more realistic than games such as Volleyball Legends. There's no broken pay-to-win abilities and there's a lot more real-life volleyball implementations such as antennas. It's first to 7 points, deuces go all the way up to 10 points. If it's 10-10, then it becomes sudden death. First to score a point in this case wins. I'll be referring to Volleyball Legends a lot since that was what I used to play a lot before this game came out. This guide will teach you all the fundamentals of doubles volleyball and things that the game does not tell you outright, as well as advanced tactics you can implement in your matches. When you first load into the game, after you make your profile, you'll see a bunch of courts totaling 7, 6 indoors and 1 outdoor courts. Next to courts, there will be player slots you walk over to if you want to play on that specific court. When it's green, it means it's open, and when it's red, it means it's closed. But you'll notice players still playing on that court when it's fully open. Those are AI bots. Unlike other sports games, this game not only has AI bots, but really good bots as well, that you can adjust the difficulty. They're perfect for practicing all sorts of fundamentals and getting used to the controls. The basic controls are spacebar to jump, hold it until the bar is full to do a big jump, and tap it to do a small jump. Although I haven't found a reason to do a small jump besides maybe super fast sets. Right click to dive when it's your turn to receive, and left click for everything else such as spiking, setting, serving, dumping, and blocking. And of course WASD to move generally. The game is naturally always in shift lock. If you want to free your cursor, you have to move to the purple table. The cycle of actions goes as follow. Serve, player 1 bumps, player 2 sets/dumps, and then player 1 spikes. Repeat until point is scored. It does not matter which player does it, all 4 players are restricted to this cycle and you cannot go outside of this sequence. The game physically does not allow you to. In real life volleyball and even in Volleyball Legends, you could potentially bump then spike in front of the net or even a back attack. But in doubles volleyball, you cannot do that, which is why the game has a lot less freedom than Volleyball Legends. This also makes it obvious who's going to be spiking and who's setting. If you want to set yourself up for success, I would recommend to do the tutorial before you play any matches, even against the bots, to get a feel of everything. To get into the tutorial, you have to go to the purple table next to any court, select game mode and click on training mode. From here, you walk over to the purple table again and you click on training packs and you'll have access to all the basics. You'll learn how to spike, serve, block, dive, receive, quick attacks, etc. One small but huge difference between this game and Legends is that once you jump, you're able to change the direction you're facing, in turn changing the trajectory of your shots, dumps, serves, and even blocks last second. Additionally, because of the game's sequence of actions is always the same, the first one to receive the serve will always be the one to spike, assuming the setter doesn't dump. Another thing that makes doubles volleyball more realistic is the implementation of antennas, which creates this boundary for serving and spiking, and if you go outside of that, it counts as a foul and the enemy team gets a point. It prevents ridiculous shots from happening and keeps the game grounded. Now that you've learned the basic fundamentals and controls, I recommend playing against bots. However, keep in mind, even at difficulty level 1, they can be quite tricky to go against and you're likely to lose in your first couple of matches, but that's completely normal and part of the process. Just keep going. And practice if you need to. You can always go back to the training mode to practice serves, spikes, blocks, dumps, etc. There will be a few things that happen when a match ends, win or lose. You get experience/level up, you get points to spend, and gachapon. Gachapon is basically free loot boxes that give you cosmetics such as ball designs and colors, and when you level up you get a stat point. You can invest these stat points into 3 categories: attack, defense, and agility. As of the June update, investing into these categories not only makes you better at those specific stats, but you also get perks at certain stat boundaries. If you want a basic all-rounder build that I personally use, you can go 4-2-4, attack, defense, agility. Max level is 10. Do not worry, the game allows you to reset your stat points for absolutely free. You don't have to spend Robux at all. You can just reduce the amount of stats you need in a specific category at any time, so you can taste and adjust different builds at any time. Now that we've gone over the basics, it's time to get into the advanced section. Here's a few settings to make your life a bit easier. First, go to the purple table next to the courts and click on settings. Under camera, I'll recommend to up the FOV to a comfortable amount, because for some odd reason in this game, you're either all the way zoomed in or all the way zoomed out. There is no in between. Next is manual set. By default, it's off, so whenever you set, it automatically targets your teammate's general direction. So it's important for your teammate to be in front of the net. If they're not in front of the net, then it will just go off court, and that feels bad. Turning manual set on means you just have to face their general direction, but you don't have to rely on your teammate's positioning. Something the game doesn't tell you outright is how to do a quick set and a super quick set. A quick set is when you set your spiker while he is airborne, but you have to set while he's airborne. Same thing with a super quick set. A super quick set is when both you and the spiker are both airborne and you set while he is airborne. For quick sets and super quick sets, you have to set while your spiker is in the air. If he's on the floor, you will just do a regular slow set. When the setter sets while the spiker is on the floor, he will just do a regular slow set. You can redirect blocks in the other direction, making it very hard to receive. When facing against the AI bots, before they spike, they will turn slightly before they spike, either before they jump or while they're airborne. But even more than that, if a bot spiker is to the side of the court, they'll either spike straight, getting an easy block from your AI bot, or they'll simply spike diagonally, making it a very easy receive. When doing 1v1s with another human being, both you and the opponent will have bots, making it extremely predictable who's going to be spiking and who's going to be setting. You can abuse these two mechanics by doing one or two things. One, you can make it so that you serve towards the enemy's bot, forcing the bot to spike. And again, we have already established that bots are way more predictable and way easier to block/receive. However, this does not guarantee an easy receive or block. Sometimes bots are able to just break through your block. Another important thing is behavior patterns. If you're constantly serving at the enemy's bots, he'll naturally know, okay, I gotta receive it for my bot. But here's the thing, that leaves his side of the court open. So what you do is you do a feint and you serve on his side of the court, getting an easy point. In regards to your bot setting for you or any other human being setting for you, if they are setting right next to you laterally, what you could do is jump towards them, doing a nasty sliding spike, which is very hard to react. You can also do an easier version where you just simply standing right next to your bot and you just spike really quickly. Against really good spikers who are able to just change trajectory last second, what you could do is a sliding block. This works best if they're at each end of the court. What you do is you either stand in front of him or you stand to the side of him. So he's forced to go either one or two directions, okay, either straight or diagonally. And what you do is as soon as he locks in a direction, you jump towards that direction. The only problem with this method is that even though it's a lot more consistent, it also requires a very fast reaction times, but it does work. Do not dump directly on a bot. Either dump on a diagonal or just don't dump at all on a bot. They will almost always instantaneously receive the dump. If anyone ever purposely griefs your game, after like 2 to 3 fouls, the game will automatically kick them. One thing Doubles Volleyball could do better is making the training mode a bit better. In Volleyball Legends, you don't really have training packs, you just have free mode or something like that, where you're able to just serve anytime, spike anytime, things of that nature. In my opinion, Doubles Volleyball could do better by implementing the use of bots, similar to Brawlhalla, where you can have ally bots, enemy bots, do very specific things so that you can train very specific things. For example, you can have an ally bot constantly set you, and then you're always spiking, and then you can have the enemy bot constantly receive for you, things of that nature. Or you can do it so that the enemy bot's constantly serving at you and you receiving, etc, etc. Thank you for watching this guide. Hopefully you've learned how to play the game or learned a new tactic to implement in your matches. Regardless, I hope this video helped you become better at this game and overall enjoy the game more. There's really only 2 Roblox games currently that I enjoy right now, and that is Pilgrim, absolute peak, and this game right here. I used to really like Volleyball Legends. That was until I experienced the disgustingly broken pay-to-win games. I'm out here sitting with like a really nice yellow style that just, you know, has really nice stats, right? And there's other people who can fucking curve the ball, lead feet, fucking, you know, gravitational pull the ball towards them and then pow, pow, like ref, please do something. This has to be illegal. I never saw them fucking use gravity in Haikyuu before. But anyway, regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. I shall see you guys later. Bye bye!